an amazing journey from the moment I started. When I first came across this business, I was working 3 part-time jobs, basically getting paid minimum wage with my 2-year-old in tow. I was cleaning houses, I was working as a nanny, and I was working in my gym daycare. And I was doing everything I could to hustle and make money for my family, but still be able to have my daughter with me. My past is I was a military wife, and so every time my husband and I would get stationed somewhere new, I would just go out that next day and I would get a job. And so that could have been at Bed Bath & Beyond, at Starbucks, at a restaurant, at a retail store. And I just knew that that was what I did. I was always there to provide for my family, but in a minimal way. I never was going to be that breadwinner. I was never going to be that person that was a professional or that was really going to make a huge financial impact for my family. But we needed the extra money. It wasn't really an option for me not to work because we were so paycheck to paycheck. We had credit card debt. I had student loan payments. I had a car payment. And it just seemed like every time we would get $500 in the savings account, something else would break and we would be back at square one. So we had no flexibility as far as family vacations are concerned or paying off debt at an accelerated rate. Is that it? Accelerated rate? I feel like I'm like saying like a double negative or something there. Anyway, so, this business came across my lap at just the right time. I was actually actively looking for work from home jobs, not thinking that I wanted to be in the network marketing industry because I had been with another network marketing company. I was with another company straight out of college, and I was with that company for 3 years. And I went to all the events and I did all the things I was supposed to do. I bought the kits and sent out samples, and I did the parties, and I did all the trainings, and I did the weekly meetings and invited guests. I did all the things that I was supposed to do. And I never made more than I spent in that business in 3 years. And so when I decided to give up on that, my husband was like, finally, we're done. We're not investing anymore in that company. And so when this came across my lap, I was looking for work from home jobs. I was looking at like medical billing and different things like that. And I wasn't quite finding what I needed. And I didn't even know that this is what I was looking for. And so my girlfriend started posting these tummy pictures on Facebook, and I got in touch with her because I was like, well, I want to know what this is. I have a 2-year-old and my body didn't quite bounce back. And, who doesn't want a more tightened and toned, and smaller tummy? And so I was like, what is this product? And she told me about it. And she told me about the business opportunity. And just God spoke to me in that moment and was like, you need to, this is for you. This is going to be an opportunity for your family. And I was like, okay. So I had never heard of the company. I'd never tried the products, and I just decided to jump on board. And it was really amazing because I had a few days from the time I heard about the company and decided I was going to do it to the time I actually signed up. And in that 2-day period, I had pre-recruited 2 people that were going to do this with me. And it wasn't that I pre-recruited them and said, hey, do you want to do this with me? It's more like I told them like, hey, I'm going to do this business and you need money, so you're going to do it with me. And I'm just kind of bossy like that. And so they were like, okay, I guess, we can just earn some free product and it'll be fun. And so I promoted to executive in my first week. Within the next month I promoted to Ruby. I skipped Emerald. I went Diamond in month 3 and I earned a $10,000 bonus. I went double Diamond in 4 months. 8 months later, at 13 months, I went triple, and by 25 months, I went presidential. And from that year, I went presidential. I was consistently a top money earner, and it's just been amazing for my family. I'm now home full time with not only 1 daughter, but 3 daughters. And just like Natalie, I built my business completely on social media for all the way to presidential. I built my business on social media. Not 100% social media. I'm very belly to belly. And what I like to do is I like to go out and meet people. And then I like to bring them back to my social media. So my social media is my way to connect with people on a different level. Because when I meet them in person, I'm not going to throw up on them about my business or about the opportunity. I'm going to get to know them, and I'm going to be a friend because in this business, that's all we do is we help our friends and we make new friends. And so when I can meet somebody out and about at Target because our kids are the same age and maybe we want to get together for a play date, and then she watches my social media and she's like, oh, you make money from home? Or, oh, tell me about this keto coffee that you love. Or, oh, tell me about this thing that you're giving your kids that boosts their immune system. That's how I drip on people. And so I'm very much a teacher of attraction marketing. I don't teach to mention the name of your company or even the name of your product all the time, but to draw people to you based off of what you have to offer in a subtle way. So it's been, 5 years, and I'm ready to go ambassador, and I have an amazing team that is just absolutely killing it. And I love this business.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know like all of your story, so that's really cool. And I love how you said that you kind of, I mean, a lot of us on here, I'm sure probably the majority of us on here are social media people. So I love how you talk about incorporating it into real life. I think a lot of us get kind of comfortable, behind the screen or whatever. But it's so true. Like what you're posting, you kind of said this is how you drip on them. That's kind of how I was always treating my business. Is kind of subliminal messages, kind of enticing, like just not all in your face. So okay, so let's talk about social media a little bit more though. You said that you work mostly through attraction marketing. Can you kind of explain what your idea of attraction marketing is?
So when you are, in order to be successful in this business, you cannot sell things to people. You have to share what you're passionate about, and you have to attach emotion to every single post. Okay? If you're not attaching emotion and you're only attaching facts, nobody's going to want what you have. But if I can make you feel like you need what I have, then you're going to want it all day long. Okay? So for instance, if I post a before and after picture, and I say, these results are amazing. You could have results like this too. You could get a box of wraps is $99 retail or $59 as a loyal customer. I'm selling something to you. I'm advertising. And you're like, okay, those are cool results, but I don't want to be sold to. You guys, we get bombarded with tens of thousands of advertisements every single day through our radio, through our television, through signs on the road, and through our social media. So the last thing your friends is another advertisement on their Facebook newsfeed. That's the last thing they need. But if I post a before and after picture, or I even put it in the comments or something, and I say, oh my gosh, this is my girlfriend Jenny, and she has been struggling to get her body back for 6 months after her baby. Check out her results. She has so much confidence right now. Well, that's going to reach a mom that's postpartum that hasn't been able to get her body back. And I don't say anything about the fact that I'm selling these products, although it's apparent. I'm not going to say anything about the cost. I'm attaching a feeling to that post. Okay. So just, I'm trying to think of something else. In this business, we do a lot of lifestyle posts. I do a lot of lifestyle posts. And lifestyle posts should be pretty much 100% what you're using, whether it's products or business related. But a perfect example, because I do this business so I could stay home with my kids. So a perfect example would be, me in bed, 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, snuggling with my kids and talking about how I'm so thankful that I didn't have an alarm clock today, that I am still lounging around the house, haven't brushed my teeth, snuggling with my babies, spending that quality time with them, because I don't have to go out and punch a clock. That is just sharing a part of me with my audience, as opposed to posting a picture of a business builder kit saying, you can join my team for $99, and this month you're going to get $125 worth of free product, or whatever you're saying. That is strictly sales. People don't want to be sold to. And so you need to let them into who you are as an individual. But as far as your social media is concerned, you almost have to bare your soul. Okay. And the reason you have to bare your soul is because people will not trust you unless they can connect with you. So if you're dealing with postpartum depression, if you're dealing with anxiety, if you're dealing with whatever it is, share your struggles. If you're dealing with weight loss, like weight loss issues, and your body's at a plateau and you're just so frustrated and you're like, I am going to figure this out with the help of this and this and this, but I am so frustrated right now because my stinking body will not let me lose weight. And whatever your thing is, you have to share those things with your audience because you're real and they need to know that you're real, and they're going to connect with you if you're honest. If you live like this picture perfect life where everything you post looks like it came from a catalog, people can't relate to that, right? Now, we want to have quality photos, of course. You know, you want to have things that are pretty, that are attractive to the eye. But there's a difference in having it be like a staged photo and then like it just has to be real. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of the best posts that I ever made, I remember like when I had my son, was like, and I do post the, well lit pictures. They're still well lit, but sometimes I might post something more about like, the silly thing that happened during my day where, something that's kind of laughable, but mom like, or, after I had my son, like I remember I posted a picture of me like still in my PJs with my baby. And my hair was a little messy, but I was smiling and happy. And it was something crazy about like, I'm so glad that, even though I haven't washed my hair in 3 days, I'm able to be home with my baby and not missing out on these moments. So I think they need to see little bits of real. And then, like you said, they need to know you and trust you and like be able to connect with that real part of you. Who are you as a person? We don't want to just be, I'm Natalie with It Works Now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that, so we've talked about attraction marketing. Okay. Do you get people that comment on your posts, or how does that work? Do you reach out to people?
So people comment on my posts. Yes, a lot. And I think it's really, really important that as you are building your business on social media, you need to remember that you are still you. You are not just an It Works distributor. This is something, and I struggle with this because It Works is so a part of my life. It's hard for me to post anything that doesn't have something It Works related in it. If I were to take a picture in my office, I've got It Works everywhere. I mean, I swear I could take a picture of my kids and there's like an It Works blanket on the couch, like it's just everywhere in my life. And that's kind of the idea, is that this is a lifestyle. This is not a job. This is a lifestyle. But it's important to know that you have to just be you. You're not going to start this business and, change your profile picture to the It Works logo and put up a cover photo that's like an advertisement for, whatever, something off of Pinterest. You're not going to, put skinny wrap girl in your name on Facebook. Like, you are still you. But so that means that in addition to posting, a product post a day and a lifestyle business post a day about how, what this business is going to do for you or what this business has done for you, you're still going to post the other things that are just your real life, or you're going to post things that are engaging. So you asked if people, I was trying to go back to what you asked me. You asked if people, if they come to me or if I message them. And the answer is both. So people will comment on my stuff. And if people comment on my stuff, of course, I'm going to send them a message. I typically don't message the people that like my stuff, although I should. That's a good rule of thumb, even not necessarily to message them if they liked a greens post, not to message them and say, hey girl, you interested in greens? I'm not going to do that, but I might message them and just say, hey girl, how are your kiddos doing? Something like that, just to connect with them, to build that relationship with them. However, more people than not will totally stalk me, never like or comment on anything that I've ever posted, and then they will inbox me and they'll say, hey Noelle, I've been watching you for a year and I want to know about joining your team. Tell me about this business. Or, hey Noelle, I've been watching you for 6 months and I'm really intrigued about these greens. Tell me about those. Hey Noelle, I've been watching you and I'm really curious to try this keto coffee. Can you tell me exactly what it is? That's what I get more often than not. So when you're sitting there and you're like, nobody's liking my stuff, nobody's commenting on anything. Okay, well, first of all, you might need to revamp what you're doing a little bit. But you also have to know that people are watching you, especially if you're new. They're going to stalk you, and they're going to see if you're being consistent every single day. But again, you're going to be consistent with your lifestyle stuff. If you started incorporating the shake into your daily routine and that's your breakfast or your lunch, make sure you're posting about that at least a couple times a week. This has been my breakfast every single day this week and I lost 3 pounds or whatever. Make sure that you're using your Instagram story and your Facebook story. And that you're posting that on there, because that's a date, that's like a moment by moment, raw, unedited, just stream of your day. And that's kind of cool. But you will have people that are just going to watch, and they're going to watch to see if you're going to quit, because more people than not come into this business. They do this for a couple of days. I've seen it from a couple of hours to a couple of days to a couple of weeks to a couple of months, and then they're gone. And their friends are like, "Oh, okay, she quit. Must not have been the real thing. Must not have been a real opportunity. Those products must not really work," which is why most people think that the network marketing industry doesn't work. And it's not that the industry doesn't work, it's that people don't work. And so your friends are watching you. They're watching you to see if it works and if you're going to stick it out. And if you are willing to be committed to this every single day and be excited about it every single day, then your friends are going to want to join you. But if you're going to be wishy-washy, then those are the types of people you're going to be recruiting, are going to be wishy-washy people. And how many of you want a wishy-washy team? I don't want a wishy-washy team. I want a team that's going to be dedicated and motivated and self-sufficient and all of these things, So, but I do message. I absolutely message. And the thing that I have been doing a lot of lately is I printed my Facebook friends list, and I've been messaging for host to post. Okay. Now, I'm sure you guys know what host to post is, because Natalie and I have talked about it. So I'm sure she's taught you about host to post. But literally, I have my friends list printed in alphabetical order, and I will just go down. And if it's somebody who is, if they're a distributor, I just cross their name off. If it's somebody who I've never even talked to before, I will still send them a message. And I will say, hey, hey, Sarah, can I ask you a huge favor? And then I will, and I don't know if you want to mute everybody, because everybody's not muted. But I will ask them for that host to post. And then what I'm going to do is I take them through the entire conversation, start to finish, whether that's for the cleanse or for the hair, skin, and nails or for the coffee or whatever you guys want to do your host to post for. And at the end of that, I'm going to ask them if they're interested in partnering with me. So I'm going to give them the option to become a customer. And then I'm going to say, or if you're interested in making an extra $500 a month, you could partner with me. I could teach you how to make that monthly income, and you'd be eligible to earn a $5,000 bonus. Oh, and you're going to get this Fit 5 for free. And so I'm going to give them that option. And I can't even tell you how many people are interested in that, because people need money. One of the biggest reasons that they stop responding during a host to post conversation when you bring up how much it costs is because they don't know how to tell you that they're broke. Okay? They don't know how to tell you. And so what I do is, if they stop responding to me, I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to come back in a couple of days. I'm always going to invite them to our Friday party. Our team does a weekly Friday party. I'm going to invite them to that Friday party, and I'm going to let them know.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm going to let them know. I'm going to just say, hey girl, I don't know if you're still interested in being a product model for the cleanse, but I'm doing an online live party tonight, and you have the opportunity to earn some free product or to win some free product. Would you like an invitation? And they're going to say, absolutely. And then I get to get them to come to the party. Now, honestly, I have about 20% of people show up to the party that I invite. So if I invite, it's probably less than that. If I invite 100, I probably have 10 show up, so 10%. So don't invite 2 people and then be mad when nobody shows up. You got to invite lots of people, okay? So I would say 50 should be your minimum for each party. Like, if you guys are doing parties each week, or you have things to plug people into, even if you want to invite people to the Show Me the Money calls, listen to newly promoted presidentials and ambassadors and different things like that, you have to invite a mass amount of people, but you have to invite them with intention. You have to invite them privately. So I private message 100 people and ask them if I can send them an invitation. I'll get at least 60 that will say, yes, please send me an invitation. And then of those 60 that say yes, I will have definitely less than 10 show up. And then with those, I get to follow back up with those people. And when you can invite them to an exposure whether that's a show me the money call or a one team, one mission or a party or whatever that third party tool is, and then follow back up with them. And then maybe put them on a 3-way call with your diamond upline. And they get to share their story about how this business has changed their life. That's how you're going to recruit people. So it's just a matter of taking yourself out of the mix and plugging people into exposures that they need to educate themselves, getting them on a 3-way call, and then they're going to sign. So it's a skilled process, and it's a process that takes learning, but it's something that can be learned very, very quickly.
Awesome. I want to go back to the host to post for just a second too. I think everything we've talked about kind of has the same like rule of thumb of consistency and kind of a numbers game in a way. Like we talked about, you invite 50 people, 10 people are going to come to your party. So for host to post, like as you're messaging people, let's say you just you have 3 people that host a post for you that day. Is it sometimes hit or miss? And how did, like, when you started getting into host a post and you're like, man, nobody commented on my post, is this gonna work? Or on their post, is this gonna work? Was that kind of your experience? Was it kind of hit or miss, and is that normal?
It's totally hit or miss depending on that person's reputation, on their level of influence, and the time of day that they're posting and all of that. So if you're talking to somebody who's like, I don't know, somebody who never leaves her house and has no friends and like sits at home and like games all day, well, you're probably going to have no posts, no comments on that post. Versus if you talk to somebody, maybe you have like a real estate agent do a post for you, and that post blows up with 80 comments. It's going to be different. So you want to make sure that you're targeting people, that you're asking people to host a post for you who are influential. Okay. When you can get people who are influential to post for you, obviously that's going to have a bigger impact. But you have to keep in mind, these people are going to come back and they're going to look at your page. Okay. You're probably going to have a lot of people looking at your page if you're having people do a host to post for you. Now, these people might come over and they might creep on your page. First of all, your page as an It Works distributor should be public. Okay. And that's just what we do. The only thing that I make available only to my friends is some of the stuff with my kids, but even most of my stuff is public all the time, okay? Because you want people to be able to see what you're about, how you do your business. That's why I've recruited so many of my greatest distributors, because they stalked me without even being my friend for years, okay? So your page should be public. So they're going to come on over to your page and they're going to see what you're all about. Now, if you spend your day posting spammy stuff and shared stuff from other people and you don't have anything original on your page, they're probably not going to want to do business with you. So that's where the quality of your social media comes into play. It's huge. How many of you got recruited from social media? Just raise your hand. Probably every single one of you on here. Because I mean, I recruit a lot of people belly to belly, but I still bring them back to my social media. Okay. If I met you at the doctor's office, I bring you back to my social media. You watch me on my social media. That is what hooks you. It's not the fact that we met at the doctor's office. It's the fact that you watch my social media. So you need to keep that in mind. You are more than likely going to recruit 95% of your customers and distributors from your social media, which means it needs to be on point at all times. Okay. So it's totally hit or miss though. And so the quality of the person that is doing the post for you is going to determine how successful that is. And then, you may or may not get great customers or great distributors from that person's friends. You might get some people that are super nasty because that person is just not a quality person. And you need to know that. You need to know that as you're tapping into other people's friends lists, you're going to have some negative and some positive experiences, but there is no standard. I swear I've had 10 people do a host to post for me in the last week, and like literally 10 of them have 0 comments. Yeah. And or like 1 like, and I'm like, and then I have other ones that have 60 comments. So it just completely depends on the person.
Yeah. So keep going, right? We don't I guess the thing is to not get discouraged, just like with anything we do. In the beginning, you want to, if we don't see results instantly, we're it's natural to be discouraged, but I think that's just part of this business, and something that sometimes takes a little while for us to really learn is that it is consistency, and whether it's seed planting or messaging one more person or posting one more inspirational thing, it takes time, I think. So I love that you said that you've had that experience, and that's just what happens. sometimes we get no's, sometimes we get no comments, but we keep going. So can you share with me too, share with us about what is your daily, I don't know if you do like a 6 list, or like if you have just kind of the things that you really get done, that you need to get done every single day, that are your income producing kind of behaviors.
Okay. So, I am not at all organized. I'll just say that right now. I am like one of the least, like, it's so funny. I had somebody ask me the other day, she's like, Noelle, you're so organized. I'm going to just come over and learn from what you do. And I'm like, I am not organized at all. Like, I don't know why you got that impression. You should ask my husband. I am not organized at all. I like things to be organized, but I don't want to take the time to do it. So I'm a red green. So I'm green in the fact that I like things clean. I like things neat. I like things organized. But I'm more red in the fact that I just want to go be super successful. So I'm not going to take the time to do those things that are not income producing activities. So it just kind of gets left, and it'll get done eventually, one of these years. I don't know, one of these lifetimes. So the things that I think are absolutely essential for your business every single day is, one, you have to do personal development every single day. You cannot go a day without doing personal development, because if you are in this business, you are going to have a lot of people that are going to be trying to empty your cup. Okay. You're going to have people out there that are going to be nasty. They're going to be negative. They're going to be rude. They're going to be hateful. I mean, you're going to have days like today. I swear I had 5 of my new customers message me, and they're like, oh my gosh, Noelle, I started on my Fit 30 and I lost 5 pounds and I have so much energy and I feel amazing. And then you're going to have days where every single customer hates you. They hate you. They didn't get results. They want to return the products. You're a liar. You're a con artist, like everything. Like, you're literally going to have both. Okay. You need to be prepared for both. And you need to let the days where you get really, really good reviews fill you up for the days that you're going to get really bad reviews, because you have to know that you can't make everybody happy. The products do not work the same for everybody. Obviously, we are all different. We all have completely different chemistry makeups. And so and people are going to take different timeline. Everybody's going to get different results with different things. So you have to do your personal development every single day, because there's something that John Maxwell calls the law of the lid. And you can only grow, sorry, my brain just like disappeared. You're only going to grow as far as you are personally able to grow. So if you're like, I want to be a diamond leader, okay, well, are you ready to be a diamond leader? Are you ready to lead a team of 25 people? Are you ready to give them direction? Are you ready to give them coaching? Are you ready to give them inspiration? And if you're not mentally ready for that, it's not going to happen. Okay. You have to be mentally ready for it, and then you have to put in the work to make it happen. Okay. So your personal development is going to be huge, because that is going to determine how focused you are and how dedicated you are to actually reaching your end goal. And if you don't have vision for where you're going, no one's going to follow you. So that personal development is not only going to develop grit within you, it's going to develop discipline for your daily activities, and it's going to help you develop vision for where you're going. And that vision portion, you guys, is the single most important thing that you can have, in addition, aside from the grit, because you have to be able to tell people where you're going. So if you just started, you're telling people, I'm going to be making an extra $500 a month with this business, and it's going to help me do this. Okay. I'm going to be earning a $5,000 bonus, and I'm going to do this. You have to tell people where you're headed. I don't care if you just started and you made $2 this last paycheck. I don't care. You have to tell people where you're going, because that's actually going to hold you accountable to get there and to not quit. And when you put things like that into the universe, and then you put them out there daily, you wake up and you say, I'm going to earn a $5,000 bonus. I'm going to earn a $5,000 bonus. I'm going to earn a $5,000 bonus. All of a sudden, your brain chemistry shifts to where your daily activities are going to help you earn a $5,000 bonus. It's really cool. So that's one thing that's really, really important. Another thing that's really important is that you are posting daily. Like I said, it does not have to be a lot of things, but it does have to be every single day. One thing about the products every single day. One thing about the business every single day. But you need to be, at the same time, you need to be loving on other people on social media. If you are not taking the time to love on other people and interact with them and be a real live human being, then they don't care what you're doing. Okay. They are not going to have a care in the world to come over to your page. Okay. You need to be investing in other people. So if that's investing in other people face to face, great. You still need to be investing in other people online. And it's kind of funny. My mom is she's a perfect example of this. My mom lives with me. And if somebody sends her a friend request, she's like, Noelle, so-and-so sent me a friend request. I'm so excited. And I'm like, that's awesome. Noelle, so-and-so liked my post. Noelle, so-and-so commented on my post. And she gets so excited by like these little things. But so many people are exactly like that. They find their self-worth in how much engagement they get on their social media. I mean, I've messaged people. I saw somebody, she posted something about how her dad was sick in the hospital and he'd been like sent home on hospice or something. And I messaged her, and this had been like it had been like days before. And she goes, "You were the only person who messaged me. Thank you so much." She's somebody I don't even know. Like, she's not a friend of mine. And I'm assuming that she has quite a few actual friends, like that she knows face to face. They didn't even send her a message, you guys. They didn't message her. They didn't call her. They didn't text her. I took the time to inbox her and say, hey, girl, I'm so sorry about your dad. I'll be praying for you. How simple is that? Does that take 30 seconds to send a message, a minute to pray for her? And nobody else did that. So it's when you can do those little things, people are going to connect with you because they know you're a real person. So that's super important. So you have to take time sowing into yourself. You have to sow into other people. You have to post and you have to message. Okay. That's it. That's literally all we do. And part of your personal development each day or multiple times a week can be our corporate stuff, your team stuff. So I know, we've got the Sunday night family call. We've got the Monday night show me the money call. And then on my team, I have a Tuesday call and we have a Thursday call. So for our team, we have 4 calls to plug into every single week. And then, there's going to be pop-up lives and different things like that. And I'll post like personal development on my team page. You guys have to be doing that. You have to be staying plugged in, because the further you are from the fire, the quicker your flame is going to die. So you need to make sure that you are plugged in every single day. And people are like, well, how many calls do I need to be on? And I'm like, well, how successful do you want to be? When I first started, I was on everything because I knew that the more stuff I got on, the more it was going to sink into my brain, the more it was going to become a reality, the more success stories I would hear, the more product testimonials I would hear. And you know what? Even if I jumped on a Show Me the Money call and I didn't take any notes, but I heard this transformational story of a nurse that was able to go from working 80 hours a week to retiring her husband in a year. You know what? That story is going to stick in my brain. And if I meet a nurse, I'm going to share that story with her. And I'm going to be able to blitz her through that one story that I picked up off of that Pam Souter call 6 months ago. And so that's why it's so, so important to show up so that information can actually be in your head. So what we do is so simple. Tell people it's not easy because discipline is hard. Discipline in and of itself is actually very hard, but it's simple. It's so, so simple. All we do is the steps of success. Every month you run your ADBV auto ship and you recommit to your business, okay? Because you have to commit to your business before other people will commit to your business. So you run your auto ship. You go out and you find 4 people that need these products. You guys, you should be talking to 400 people a day that need these products. You find 3 people that need to make some extra money and want to use the products at the same time. And most people need that extra money. And even the people that don't need it, quote unquote, they're still going to be open to an opportunity because wealthy people are wealthy for a reason because they keep their income options open. So really, you should be talking to everybody in the whole world about this opportunity because if they're broke, they need it. If they're middle class, they need it because they're probably drowning in credit card debt behind closed doors. And if they're wealthy, they need it because they're probably entrepreneurial and they keep their income options open. So it's so simple.
That is a great tip. They say that the wealthiest people in the world have multiple streams of income. And I was talking about that to my husband the other day. So you said so many good things. I'm going to try to go back to just a couple little things real quick. Okay. Oh, I wanted to mention that thing, you said interacting and loving on people. I feel like that is a huge thing. And I think that it's important for us to stay connected with that because I know in my business, I've struggled with this where you get so like hyper focused on your goal and wanting to grow your paycheck and wanting to, help your team or whatever that we sometimes forget that it's about other people, I think. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that because I feel like if your heart is not growing and interacting and loving on other people, it's going to be really hard for your business to grow bigger. So that was a great point, not only for the algorithm of Facebook and Instagram, but, you know, kind of putting that focus on not just everything for ourselves. So the other thing, I wanted to tap into this a little bit with you too. It just kind of reminded me of it when you were talking. How important is it, like, for example, when you're talking to a potential distributor, how important is it that you believe in what you're saying and you believe in the company? Does that seem to play a part, you know, when you're having a conversation with someone? Do you feel like they can kind of, I don't know, like their energy rubs off on that if they feel like you're not even confident in like your ability to make money with this business?
It's really the only thing that matters. It really is the only thing that matters. How much you know about the products, how much you know about the business, it doesn't matter, because you can get them the answers. What matters is that you believe in what you have your hands on. Because if you believe in it and they trust you, even if they don't even know you, they're going to be so inspired by your passion for this company and these products that they're going to want what you have. So, I mean, they say, you know, ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice, right? It's true 100% of the time, because you have to be passionate about what you have your hands on. And people can feel it even through your messenger if you don't believe in what you're talking about. If you don't believe in this company, they can feel it.
Yeah, I've seen that like a million times. I'll go through a spurt where I feel like something's not clicking right. I'm talking to people and something's not clicking right. And sometimes it's just like that little bit of doubt that creeps into your head. And it's so weird, but sometimes that is what it is. It comes through. So, and even if, you know, we all start in the same place, we all pay the $99 or whatever it was when we started. And we all kind of start off with like, we don't have a story per se, you know, we don't start off making $500 a month instantly, or 1,000 or 5,000. But I think those of us that like made a decision to start this business and hit the ground running, we were running with our passion. We didn't know what we were saying all the time. We didn't know, I'm sure if we look back at our Facebooks or Instagrams, we'd be like, oh my gosh, what was I doing? But it was that passion. It was that like, that belief. And like Noelle, I hadn't even tried a product when I ordered my startup kit either. I just felt like this was what I was supposed to do. And I was that ignorance on fire. I was, you know, posting and sharing. I didn't care what anyone thought. I had this belief. And I think that people could really feel that. And they were like, man, I don't even know what this girl is doing, but she believes in it. And she, you know, she says she's going to do this and she's going to do this. And they were excited and they kept watching me. And so like Noelle said, I think it's so important to be putting your goals out there. I have people that come to me all the time and they're like, you know, my paycheck was only $75, or, you know, I haven't made a lot yet, or, you know, what do I talk about? How do I make these great opportunity, lifestyle posts? And it's about painting that vision for people. And Noelle is so good at that. That's kind of what attraction marketing is. You're painting a vision of what could be for them. So let's see. I don't know if there was anything that I missed.
Well, let me sit on that for just a second. If your paycheck is $75, you better be jumping up and down and posting all about that. You guys, $75 is a trip to the grocery store. $75 is fresh produce for your kids. Like, that's a big deal. $75 is 2 tanks of gas. You don't even understand what that is. You might be turning up your nose and say, I only made $75. I only made $50. Well, you know what? There's some mom out there that can't buy formula for her baby. There's some mom out there that cannot afford diapers for her kid. Do you have any idea what that would do to change her life? If you're going to sit on that and turn up your nose at that little bit of money, then maybe you don't need this that bad, because that is what this business does. I literally have a mom on my team that was struggling so bad that she didn't have any money for diapers. She walked 2 miles with her baby in the stroller to get to the grocery store because their car had been repossessed, and her husband was taking the bus to work. She was out of diapers. She took a wrap with her. That's literally all she had. She sold a wrap while she was at the grocery store so she could buy diapers for her kid. She didn't have any other option. Her option was sell the wrap or nothing. Like, that was it. Now, how many of you work your business with that sense of urgency? How many of you would work your business with that sense of urgency if you were in that situation? There's a lot of people that are in that situation, and by you not sharing this opportunity with them, you're robbing them of that opportunity to provide for their family. So when you go to the gas tank and you can put, a full tank of gas in your car and not have to check your bank account first and say, oh, I can only put $10 in today, you better be posting about that. Because I don't care if you sold a wrap and you put $25 worth of gas in your car. Guys, that's where I started. I started having to check my bank account and only being able to put $20 worth of gas in my car at one time. That's where most people live. That's most people's normal. So you need to take yourself off of a pedestal and you need to say, what's most people's normal? Most people's normal around where I live is that they live in a trailer that they can't even afford. They can't fill up their gas tank every single week. Their spouse is struggling to provide for their family and they're on government assistance and food stamps. That's most people's normal. So you need to take yourself out of the It Works bubble where everybody makes ridiculous money or whatever, or they have the vision to make ridiculous money. And you need to say, what is their normal? How can I bless them? And be loud about that, you guys, because we have our hands on something that is so life-changing that nobody's ever going to have an opportunity like this. But you have the opportunity to bless them.
I have goosebumps all down my arms. Because I know what that's like. We were on food stamps. It was hard. I remember taking things back to the grocery or to the store to have money. Like, I was that person, like, let's stretch out these diapers because we can't get diapers until, 2 days from now or whatever. I mean, that stuff is very real to me, and it doesn't matter. I think if you've struggled in life financially, and most of us have in some way, it's something that you never forget. And when you get into this business and you really see what's possible with it, I mean, I think even at some point, maybe you're at a point where let's say you've gotten a couple $100 bonuses even still, sometimes it becomes the norm and you're like, oh, that's awesome. But you forget how awesome it really is. And like Noelle said, $100 is huge. That's somebody's utility bill. Like, I always think about this during my, when I'm following people or I'm looking, I'm adding new friends, whatever. I think about that. And I think, man, Natalie, you might be in a different place now. But there's somebody out there, lots of people out there that could use an opportunity like this. Somebody who can't put food on their table. Somebody that is like me. I was literally, this is like the touchy subject for me, but I was literally one night, like on my hands and knees praying for an answer, and I didn't know what it was. And it didn't come to me that night, but about 2 or 3 months later, It Works kind of fell into my lap. And if it hadn't, I don't know where we would be. And I think about that gift that we have and how selfish it is to not share it with other people. So definitely have to show them that what's possible, because most people do join just to make an extra $100 or $200. That's what they need to just get over that little bump, So, and that's what we have. And if they want to make more, they can make more. But we provide hope and financial relief, and it's just incredible. So thank you for touching on that. Let's see. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I feel like, I do have one more question. Okay, and it kind of all rolls into what we've talked about, but how do you stay focused and consistent? Like, even on those off days, like you said, maybe you have a day where you get a bunch of no's or something frustrating happens, or how do you stay focused towards your goal and disciplined, I guess?
I've just disciplined myself. It's not even an option. When you started this business, you became a business owner, and this business will not pay you a dime unless you actually work it on a daily basis. And so it's not even an option. I mean, when I first started, I didn't have an option. I didn't have anything else to do. I mean, I was, like I said, I had just quit my 3 part-time jobs. And, so I mean, yeah, I could have had the option to be like home with my 2-year-old and taking her to story time and taking her to the library and doing play dates and taking her to dance class and all of that and not working my business. But you know what? I did that stuff and I worked my business at the same time. So when I went to dance class, I was blitzing the other moms and I was like, oh my gosh, have you heard of this skinny wrap? And I would show them pictures and they would say, oh my gosh, I want to come try that. And then I would have them over to my house and I'd put a wrap on them. Like, you just do it. You just have to decide that you're going to do it. And every single day you get up and it's non-negotiable. I mean, you work this in where you can, when you can, how you can, and you do as much of it as you can until your eyes just won't stay open anymore. And then you go to bed and then you do it all over again the next day, because that's what's going to take you from distributor to diamond in just a couple of months.
So true. So true. Like you said, it's non-negotiable. It's when that vision is inside of you and you feel like, I don't know, you've caught the vision, you need this to work, you're excited. It's almost like, I don't want it to sound like, oh my gosh, we have to work like slave drivers, but you want to work, you want to get, further. You like, I know, I'm sure you feel the same way, Noelle. Like, I love sharing this business and it does, it's just, it fits into your life so well. And when you, I think it's easy to create discipline like that, or easier. It's not easy, but it's easier when you feel so much passion towards what you're doing and you see that vision and you know where you're going and you believe it. And I think if you don't believe in what you're doing and you don't believe in yourself, it's harder to create that discipline. So that's why we do self-development every day, to work on our belief and strengthen ourselves. I know when I first started this business, my skin was not very thick and I got hurt by, when people would say no or they wouldn't sign up. So self-development daily is like one of my huge things. I usually do at least half an hour, but it's also one of the things I love most about this business. I really enjoy growing as a person, and it's changed me so much in the last 4 years. Like, I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm like the better version of myself. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest, that is probably the biggest gift that I've gotten from this company, is just the personal growth. And I mean, I have friends that knew me before this company that are in the business with me and that are not in the business with me. And they're like, you are a totally different person. And that's the amazing thing, is not only does this business give you a family, but it gives you qualities within yourself that you're going to take into every single relationship, every single business opportunity from this point forward, but only if you do that development. I mean, I have had people, join me and they're like, Noelle, you just keep telling me that I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to do this and I need to do this. I'm like, you need to be on the calls. You need to be doing personal development. And they're like, well, I don't understand why. And I'm like, that's because you're not doing it. You don't understand why because you won't do it. And you're not going to have success because you won't do it, But if you do it, everything will change. But you have to be willing to change.
Yeah. And I think that at the same note, you might find that some people that were in your life might not be in your life in the same way. It might just be a different kind of relationship. I know for me, there are certain relationships that I've kind of outgrown. Mentally, I'm in a different kind of place. Maybe we just don't have the same kind of like hobbies or whatever it is like that anymore. But I believe that everybody's in your life for a reason. So I'm sure it's all the way it's supposed to be. But that does happen, and sometimes when you kind of take a different journey, it's normal for not everybody to want to come along for that or watch you. So I think it's important to know that that's normal too, because sometimes if somebody is not supporting us the way we feel like they should be supporting us, it can hurt and it can be confusing. But it does happen sometimes, and it's a normal part of the process too. So and even if we weren't in this business, no matter what you're doing in your life, somebody is going to come in and come out or whatever. So but I think that self-development is just so vital for taking care of ourselves too, because this is a very mental business, right? And emotional too. So that, like Noelle said, filling that cup back up every day. So I think that's it. Did you have anything else that you wanted to add, or?
No, I'm here for you guys. So I just wanted to answer any questions you have.
I think let's see. Oh, and I wanted to mention you had a phenomenal month last month, right? In February, you signed, was it 14?
I signed 10 distributors and 15 customers.
Yeah, so phenomenal. And you're doing good this month. So last thing before I like hold you hostage. Um, so what would you say is kind of the reason why you feel like this has been so consistent with you, like at least doing your steps to success, sometimes twice or more.
Mhm.
How do you think that that's happening for you? What is like the key, or what are the key ingredients for you?
Yeah, last month I did my steps 3 times, and my goal is to do them 4 times this month. And I mean, I'm not happy unless I do my steps at least once, typically twice a month. Twice a month is really my goal every single month. But you guys, I'm just consistent. I mean, I literally I work a lot. I'm like there's really no secret sauce. I put in the hours. I talk to the people. I follow up, and that is what I do. But I think that within that, the people that I do talk to, I have a very high success rate of recruiting the people that I talk to because they're confident in who I am. They're confident that I am going to give them the tools, that I'm going to teach them, that I'm going to guide them, that I'm going to be there for them. And I am there for my team. I mean, I'm never not there for my team. Like if they send me a message, I'm always going to get back to them. Like unless it's like, this is my family time and don't call me because you'll hear from me in 4 hours. That's very different. But I mean, my team can message me or text me or whatever at any time of day, and I'm gonna be there. So it's just a matter of, I mean, presenting what you have to offer people. And if you can offer them your guidance and your professionalism and your excitement and all of these things, they're going to want to partner with you. And if you are wishy-washy in your business and you're not really confident and you don't, you're just, I don't know, you're just here to dabble, they're going to go sign with somebody who's not here to dabble. They're going to go sign with somebody like me or like Natalie, who's here to run a professional business and, really take this to the top and provide for our families. And I can tell you guys, I have a lot of friends in a lot of different businesses, and I don't buy from the people who dabble. That's just one of my rules. I have like probably 10 friends that do 31, and I'm not going to buy from the person who dabbles. I'm going to buy from the person who 31 supports their family. I have a lot of friends in Roden and Fields. I'm not going to buy from just anyone. I'm going to buy from the person who Roden and Fields supports their family. So you guys need to be that serious person where it works is your job. I don't care if you have another job. That's great. You still need to be serious about this business. Don't be somebody who's here to dabble. You can still, your goal might be $300 a month, and you're not a dabbler. You are a serious business person. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. It's all about your mindset.
I love that. I wrote that down. Don't be, or don't, I said, or you said, not going to buy from someone who dabbles. And it's so true. I mean, I think, I've been in this business for almost 4 years, and I joke about it with my husband too. I'm like, you know, they're probably, people that watch me, I know the people that don't like, they're still on my friends list, but they don't like support me per se or like my stuff. They're probably like, man, I thought she was going to quit like 3 months into this, and here we are 4 years later and she's still going. Like, what's going on with this girl? But that's it. I mean, I've signed people up 2 years after our initial message, or initial contact. I've signed people up that I have been friends with forever, and it took them 4 years, but they went to me, or maybe they went to Noelle or whoever they went to. They went to us because we are consistent, and they know. I mean, I guess that hit a chord with me because you said I wouldn't buy from somebody who dabbles because it doesn't feel safe, right? Like you're like, is she going to be there next week if I have a question, or you know, can I be confident in her ability? I mean, it makes total sense. So that definitely hit the right chord with me too. Yeah, that's so funny. I'm gonna keep that in my brain forever. Okay, so I think that was it. Um, you did so many good things. The thing you said about being the further you are from the fire, I love that. Staying plugged in, but thank you so much for just pouring into us. And I love this part of the business, being able to connect with other people and hear different perspectives. It's so great. And it, I mean, sometimes we just need to hear things from somebody else. Even me, like I know these things, but I need to hear them again. And I'm like, oh, Natalie, you forgot about this part of what you need to do. So thank you so much. I saw that you posted today that you are shooting your goal is ambassador. So, you know, I'm cheering you on. I know you can do that. Um, I know you will hit that this year. So, and I did record this, so I will get it put up tomorrow, and I'll get you the link too.
Awesome. Well, good. Well, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. And I guess that's it for tonight. Does anybody have any questions that were? I guess they can't really talk to me right now, so we'll let them go and enjoy their night. It's 10 o'clock here, but thank you so much, Noelle. And we will talk later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.